Greetings, fellow makers! This is the Real Naki with Ryan's Cosplay Closet. Welcome back to my factory. Today we're going to be making an elvish dagger, specifically this one. Well, kind of like this one. I'm going to try to improve a little bit, add some texture, give it some more depth, because right now it's kind of a little bit boring. To do that, we will need some stuff. So, I will show you what we need in a minute. We need some stuff for this build. First, we'll need a pattern. I just kind of drew that by myself. Just based it on a dagger from Lord of the Rings. You'll need a marker to trace your pattern onto your EVA foam, which will also need EVA foam. This is 6mm, which I used for the main body of the dagger. Also, 2mm. I used that for the decorative pieces. You will need an Exacto knife. Make sure the blade is very sharp. A bevel cutter. I got this from TNT Cosplay Supply. They're also available on Amazon. I'll put links in the description. A hole punch drill thingy. Again, TNT Cosplay Supply. I'll put a link in the description. Some kind of dowel. Something to keep the foam from flopping around on you. I use wood because it is cheap, easy to work with, and readily available. Some people use metal, plastic, or even carbon fiber. I'm sure that's fine. I use wood. You'll need a heat gun, a Dremel or rotary tool, contact cement, because yes, we will need to glue this stuff together. And because we're using contact cement, we will need safety gear. A dust mask will work for a while, but it's really not your best option. Your best option is a respirator. Get one of these. Also, when using contact cement, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. We also need gloves. I got these at Walmart, nothing special. And some form of eye protection. I think I got this at Amazon. I'll put links in the description. And that's it, we're ready to go. So let's go. Now that you've got your pattern, you want to trace it onto your EVA foam, because that's what we're going to make this dagger out of. And sorry about the background noise. Gandalf is working on something else for me at the moment. Okay. Now that we've got our pattern pieces traced out, we'll put our pattern back in our envelope. This way, never lose the pattern. And they're all right where I need them to be when I need them. Now, one other little thing. We need to mark where our dowel is going to go. This looks good. Now we grab our bevel cutter. Install the blade. Reinstall the blade. Set the length. And just to make sure we're not cutting all the way through the foam, I'm going to make, yeah, that will cut all the way through the foam. That's a bit too deep. We don't want to go that deep. That looks better. And now we're going to carve out a channel for our dowel to go into. You can try to do this with a Dremel or without any assistance, just an Exacto knife. I would not recommend that, but if you want to do it, if you want to go for it, go for it. And now, fold the foam and remove that triangular piece we just cut out. It's okay if the foam doesn't come out perfectly clean, because this is where the dowel is going to sit, and thus it is on the inside of the blade. So nobody's going to see this. And now we have a nice little channel for our dowel to rest in. Alright, let's cut this thing out and glue it together. Now, normally I would use a bandsaw for this because it is much faster and the blade stays straight up and down. But I understand some people don't have a bandsaw, so I'm going to do it like this. One day I will use a bandsaw in a video, just not today. Make sure to keep your blade, the tip of your blade, in contact with your cutting mat. That way, you're sure that you're cutting all the way through your foam. And if your hand is ever in the way of the blade, move your hand. Don't cut through your fingers. That would not be smart. It is okay if your cuts are not perfectly straight up and down, because we're going to bevel this and clean up all the edges anyway, so that's completely fine. Okay, now it's time to add some texture to this stuff. To do that, I'm going to be using a wood burner. But before we do that, I'm going to put on the respirator, because the smoke for this is not something you want to breathe. Ever. Also, I'm going to practice on some scrap foam. Okay, that looks cool. Using a wood burner could be kind of tricky. But once you get the hang of it, it leaves an incredibly cool texture. Just practice. Now, when you're adding wood grain texture to something, you want to make it look random. because even though trees grow straight up, the bark on them does not just go straight up and down. So, have fun with it. Make some designs. Throw in some curves. And don't be afraid to make some parts a little bit deeper than other parts. Okay, now we cut out the detail pieces. I'm using the 2mm foam for this. Again, make sure the blade on your Exacto knife is extremely sharp. To cut these out, I used a Cos Tools circle hole drill cutter thingy. I got these TNT Cosplay Supply. I will put a link in the description. These things are great. Now, we're going to cut out the rest of it. And there we go. Now, put this here, this here. Have a look at what our handle will look like. All right, our decorative pieces have dried to attack, and we're ready to attach them. I found it works best to attach from the line you drew. And slowly push towards the other edge. Now, since we're going to dremel these edges anyway, well, these edges right here, they don't need to line up perfectly, but try to get it close. Okay, there's those. And we're going to set those aside. Because now it is time to glue this stuff together, like so. To do that, we will again be using contact cement, which means respirator and gloves. Also, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I really appreciate it. Give yourselves a pat on the back and 200 cool points. Okay. Yeah, just like when we glue these together, we're going to glue this surface and this. Wait a couple minutes, well, about 10 minutes for that to dry. I'll put that in there. Cut the other side and that side. Also, I am curious to know who is your favorite Lord of the Rings character? Well, character from Middle Earth. Doesn't have to be from Lord of the Rings. It could be from The Hobbit. Or the new Amazon series, which is actually pretty good. I mean, I like it. You want to make sure you are coating the entire surface. You don't want to miss any spots. Because contact cement sticks to itself, not other things. Okay, about 10 minutes has passed, and the contact cement is all dry. Another way you can tell is if it doesn't look shiny anymore. So, now we attach. I want to make sure that the stabilizer thing is going right into the groove here, or else you'll get an ugly little bump. And we don't want that. So, here we go. Placement of the dowel looks good. In one of the Evil Ted videos that I saw, he described this as kind of a reverse banana peel. And yeah, seems appropriate. Okay. Now that the dowel is firmly sandwiched between the two foam pieces, we're going to apply pressure around the rest of it to the edges and make sure the rest of it is attached together. And now we attach our handle pieces, our decorative handle pieces. Okay, now to put on our handle, or good pieces, short pieces, whatever you want to call them. Okay. And now we're going to wait for these to dry and then put it all together. Okay, again, contact cement is dried. And now we attach. Make sure you're attaching it to the right side. And now you're thinking, but Ryan, the edges don't line up. That's okay. We're going to Dremel it as soon as everything has had a chance to cure. Most of our pieces are all glued together. You still need to connect these two, and these, and these, and these. But before we can do that, we'll need to Dremel all this so everything is all nice and flush. But before we do that, we can also mark where our bevel line is going to go. And we'll do that. And that's all drilled down. Okay. I usually like to wait about an hour to make sure things don't shift around on me. So I will wait about an hour and then come back. Okay, glue has had about an hour, hour and a half to set. And now it's time to clean up all these edges. To do that, I'll be using my Rotary tool. This is where it gets loud and messy. What we're doing here is just cleaning out the rough edges, getting rid of any glue that may have seeped out through the seams. And yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be doing this for about the next hour. So, we'll be back when that's done. Now, what I did here is made some quick templates for the pieces that will go here, 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 and here. Now we trace and cut them out, just like all other templates. Very simple. That's done. Now I number them, so I'm sure what pieces go where. You can try to skip, you can skip that step if you want, if you have a better memory than I do. Also, you'll notice I'm cutting on the outside of the Sharpie line. Most foam smiths will tell you to cut on the inside because that's the actual dimension of the template, but that's the actual dimension of the template, which means you have no room for dremeling or mistakes or stuff like that. So, I'm going to cut on the outside of the Sharpie line. And now more painting, or more gluing and attaching and whatnot. And now we are ready to stick these things on this thing, like so. See? Oh, forgot one. I'll add that in a minute. Yeah, all we have to do now is apply some glue here, and then Dremel, and the construction phase will be all done. So, thank you very much for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more shenanigans like this from either the factory or the lab. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them as best I can. Have a great day. See you next time.